instruments. They usually want their favorite instrument and their computer stuff.
Yeah.
Which is where anymore all your pictures are. I mean, who of you two guys, do you actually have any from an old school film camera pictures around?
I do, but it's only stuff my parents have given me.
What about you?
Probably, some.
Because the old days it was a shoebox full of pictures or a scrapbook or a photo album.
Now it's like...
It's kind of gone.
On the phone, on the TV.
So are people keeping up with that, with their technology? In other words, as technology changes, are people able to move them from device to device? Or do you think a lot of pictures now are getting lost when people change platforms or change?
I think as we shift to the cloud, that fixes that problem to a large degree, and I think that may be something to talk about, why you would even use it. Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm Larry, he's Andrew, and people can take pictures of someone when they pick it up.
I like to find my iPhone. I use that a lot. That's just built into the Apple world in iOS. You can actually send kill signals to your phone through that to make it erase. You can make it make annoying noises that the person holding it can't turn off. You can do all kinds of cool stuff.
Very cool. Now, Andrew, a vendor came in the other day to Daytel and was talking about some software they have. Cisco just bought this company, right? And who is that?
Meraki, M-E-R-A-K-I.
Okay.
And they, originally they started as, they did wireless access points that were all controlled over the internet.
Yeah, through the cloud. Yeah.
So what they've also done is they have like a mobile device management piece as well through the cloud that you can actually sign up and use for free. It's pretty cool. You go to their website, M-E-R-A-K-I, and you add your devices, so like phones, iPads, computers, things like that. And you can go in and see where they are, what apps are installed. You can put different restrictions on them. You could even go as far as like you could disable voice calling or disable the camera or something on a phone, or see where it's at.
See where it's at remotely.
Yeah, or lock it remotely, erase it remotely. There's all these different things that you can do.
And that's free
through the internet. It's all free.
Yeah.
There's a little piece that you install on the phone, which you can even hide, so
they don't even know it's there.
You don't even know it was there. Then you can go through and you can configure it, do restrictions or locking or however you want to do it.
It's pretty handy.
I've used it for stuff, and you can use it to restrict the size of attachments when the phone is in roaming mode. Why would you even do that? So people that travel overseas don't come back with $1,500 phone bills on their devices, right? Because that's another consideration that you might have as a business is, hey, we need people to travel and we'd like for them to stay in touch, but while they're traveling, we might not want them to get the monthly video, wrap up that's 30 megabytes because that's $300 to send it.
Yeah, or if they're watching cat videos.
Yeah, right.
The M-E-R-A-K-I, mobile devices from the cloud. I'm looking at their webpage, looking at the site. Supports iOS, Android, Windows, and OS X.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's something that, if you got kids or something, or, if you're just like me, I have a lot of devices. It's kind of cool to keep an eye on all of them. But, I mean, also, even for businesses, I mean, this is software and services that, even a year ago would cost like $15,000 or something.
Right.
I mean, just crazy expensive software. And, I mean, now they're offering it for free. And the hope is that, the idea is that if you become comfortable with this software and stuff, businesses will want to use their access points because it uses the same interface and same controls and things like that.
Not only that, but you can use it to configure and cloud control all of your network switches.
Yeah.
So the idea is if you like the way it works with your devices, then you could buy their service to control all of your networking.
Yeah, and I'm reading through the features, so, they're kind of highlighting remotely deploy software and apps.
Cool.
But
Continue on I-5 south for 15 miles.
Polaroids?
Honestly, couldn't tell you.
Wow.
I mean, years, like 10 years. I don't know. I mean, a long time. I really don't remember.
I've heard much of stock using digital cameras and just use my phone for everything.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy and because it instantly shares those pictures with the people I want to share with. It's so much more simple and easy to do than taking a picture, taking out the memory card, putting it in the computer, copying the photos over, doing something with them, cataloging them, naming them. I don't do any of that. I just snap away.
The quality of the cameras built into phones now are pretty decent.
And they're getting better.
Yeah.
Every one, it's like doubling how good they are.
Yeah. Hey, we got to get out of here. Thanks for coming in, guys. Ask Andrew. You should have been running the show today.
Yeah, man.
You need to be sitting over here from now.
Sure. You got all the best answers.
Yeah.
So from now on, it'll be the Ask Andrew show with special guests Larry and Matt. How about that?
Sure.
Does that work?
Sure.
There you go. That's what you do. We'll start that next week. Take care, everybody. We got to get out of here. Matt, Andrew, thanks. And our engineer, man about town.
Now, Details Computer Talk with Larry Thailand on Talk Radio 760 KFMD. With your PC, need a new smartphone, reach GT Marketing Larry right now. 1-800-760 KFMD.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Is my mic on?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Woo-hoo. All fired up and ready to talk about you, Andrew. What's
yeah.
going on, man? A lot of things happening in the computer world.
Always.
What are we going to talk about?
Computers, hardware, software, and the internet, all things related.
Yes.
So speaking of the internet and all things related, I was thinking on the way in today, how much has the internet changed computing and computers, and how much has it changed everyone's jobs?
I think it's changed everybody's job tremendously.
I think so too. I would love to hear, folks, if you're listening out there, give us a call. I'd love to hear how the internet has changed your job or has changed how you use a computer. Because, Larry, you've been doing this for a long time. And you remember selling computers to run one program. That's why people would buy them.
Yeah, back in those days.
When I'd whittle a spreadsheet.
That's right. That's right. The abacus, then we got the turbo abacus.
Oh, yeah. And Andrew, you remember growing up where basically the internet was built in. From what? Middle school on, that was kind of standard. The internet was there.
Not really.
Do you remember installing Netscape on things so you could look at the internet?
Yeah, I had Netscape and
That's right.
Mosaic.
Mosaic, yeah. Yeah. And that was to see the wild internet. Oh my gosh, you have to see the internet. Let's install Netscape, which hardly exists anymore.
Well, it's funny thinking back on the internet from its earliest days. I used to laugh that most of the pages that were out there were simply pages pointing to other pages that had lists of other pages.
Just endless
Yeah,
links.
there wasn't a ton of content,
Right.
not like today.
Well, companies were obviously reluctant. They didn't understand the marketing potential at first. I think that there was a fear of, oh my gosh, if I put it on the internet, everyone will have a copy of it.
What really hit home for me on the internet and its usefulness to not just jobs, and we'll get back to that,
Okay.
is I have an old Fender Bandmaster amp, 1964.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it blew a resistor
Oh no.
in the head. And
Did you turn it up to 11?
yes, I found the
Okay.
11. And I needed to fix it.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't have the schematics. And I couldn't read the value on the resistor because when it popped it,
Oh, it ground out.
yeah, I couldn't read it. So I get on the internet, and lo and behold, what do I find? A full set of schematics
Nice.
with all the values for the resistor. And I'm like, you know what? In days before the internet,
Right.
I would have had to have gone to different music stores, looked in magazines,
Uh-huh.
written letters, and it would have taken me 6 months probably to find it. I found it in 10 minutes of Googling, if you will, or whatever search engine
Okay.
back then, Alta Vista or
Yeah.
something, Yahoo.
Lycos.
Yes, and that one too. And I found it, and that really, the light bulb went on my head and said, you know what, this changes everything.
Yeah.
Everything from now on.
So to be a guitar tech, you must have some internet.
That's right. When in the past, you had manuals
Yeah.
of what you could get your hands
Or
on.
you had to know somebody at Guitar Center, and they could like photocopy something.
Yeah, and we got people calling in 1-800-760-KFMB, 1-800-760-5362. Andrew, do you want to take some calls now and then get back to our topic?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do that. Let's take some calls. Who should we get to first? Victor. Let's talk to Victor. What's going on?
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great, Victor.
Good morning. I had two questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
One is I'd like to fit my computer with an external hard drive backup system, not online, but external hard drive. And I already have one that I'm unhappy with. The company starts with an A, if you probably know what it is.
Acer, Apple.
No, Acronis.
Okay.
Well, that's the software.
Yeah, and so I'm looking for another backup system. What might you recommend?
Are you looking for the whole external?
Yeah, I want the whole thing.
Okay, the whole thing.
Everything. If this computer goes down, I want to recreate it right from scratch.
So you want an image of your existing hard drive?
You got it. Yeah, you put it better than I did.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for, boy, that's a tough one. Because Acronis is really good at imaging. I mean, that's the one that I recommend personally.
Norton Ghost is another
Norton
option.
Ghost is another option, but I mean, I still like Acronis more than Ghost for a number of reasons. We had a lot of problems with Ghost recently, but Acronis is kind of what I recommend. I mean,
Acronis is their help system is phoning in for any type of help is almost an impossibility. I can't understand anything that they say.
I mean, that describes most companies, unfortunately, nowadays. I mean, Symantec is the same way. If you need support for Ghost, it's pretty much the same story.
And tech support's generally better on the internet than it is over the phone.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I mean, there's all sorts of external hard drives out there that have backup software. New Western Digital has some that's actually pretty good.
But they don't give you a virtual, a complete.
That's right.
Windows 7 will do that.
I think they just copy files.
Yeah,
It's another option.
But you have to have Windows 7.
That's correct. If you have XP, it's not built in.
Yep.
Right. I have XP.
Yeah.
Time to upgrade.
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
Yeah. The new operating systems.
It's making me cry.
Okay, Andrew, and Andrew knows me. I'm usually pretty. I don't really always want to upgrade because it just takes time and all that. And just kind of shaking his head. When I complain about this is happening or that's happening, he looks and goes, "What are you running?" I'm saying XP. It kind of gives me that look like,
What are you doing?
well, hello.
Yeah.
Why?
Those bugs are built into that version.
So Ghost is your second choice, then, right?
That is another very well-known, very common backup software with good support.
But you say you have more problems with that one.
Well, with XP, Ghost seems to work okay. It was more with Windows 7. We had some issues on certain things, but with XP, I mean, it could be okay.
All right.
Thanks for calling, man.
Hello?
Yes.
Look, I had one more question. I told
Yes, sir.
When I called
Okay.
which is my recovery does not work. I cannot go. What I do is if I try to recover previous date, it comes up recovery unsuccessful because you haven't created any new programs, and which is not true. I even punched in my own what's it?
Victor, it sounds like that problem is related to your first problem.
Yep.
It sounds like the backups aren't running properly, and thus there isn't a good restoration point to restore from. I would suggest changing your backup software, because if you don't get a good backup...
This is the XP backup restoration.
You're talking about system restore?
Yeah, system restore. Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't really have time on the air to go through that. I mean, there are so many different variables that could cause system restore not to work.
The easiest way to kick it back in XP, I think, was to turn it off, reboot, and turn it back on.
I tried that 1,000 times.
Okay. It sounds like you might have more going on than just a system restore issue, especially if that Windows XP system has existed for a long time. Larry, you can attest to that. With XP, you'd have to kind of erase and redo it every so often.
Yeah, XP can get screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's sometimes ways to go in and fix it, but as Andrew said, it takes a lot of time and a lot of questions and things like that, so we can't do that right now. Do appreciate the call, though. We got to get moving here and take some.
And there's a new one that CNET gave a really high rating. It's called Password Box. Is that something kind of software that you guys would trust? Is it really secure?
I don't know. Some of the reputable ones aren't. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them out there. I don't know. Larry, you use one. Do you remember what it's called?
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but the one I use is more of a commercial grade one.
Does it work on your
enterprise level?
So you got it like right there in your hand.
So I don't know that I'd recommend it for an individual. It used to be good for individuals, but they changed their models.
Oh.
But I would be lost without having a password management system. Some people end up writing them down on a piece of paper.
I was going to say, what about just tattooing it on your arm and wearing long sleeves? Sure.
I was just wondering about the security of it, because it looks like once you load it into, it'll load into all your browsers. The one I'm using is called Password Box.
Okay.
And it captures, like the first time you log in, then it captures it.
Yep.
And supposedly you can never, if you don't remember your key password, you'll never be able to recover the thing from the website or the cloud storage site. So I was wondering how they said it's NSA, grade or bank grade security. So I was wondering if it really is that good.
I'm only going to say that's a really good question, and I have wondered about that for a long time with the one I use. But at some point, I'm like, you know what? I have to trust somebody. And so if you pick a major company that is going to take care of business when it comes to security and all that has a lot to lose if a security breach happens, I feel better than Fred's password keeper on some website.
Right, and you can look for an app for your smartphone too. A lot of people store their passwords on their smartphone, and then it's encrypted just on that one device, and those passwords don't live anywhere else.
Yeah, and they don't populate automatically. You're having to look them up.
You have to go look them up. That's very secure that way.
That's safer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So, Andrew, what do you think about that?
No, I think you're right. I mean, at some point you have to trust somebody, I guess. But I don't use any of them. I don't know. I mean, there's a whole bunch out there. Symantec used to have one. Kaspersky has one. But yeah, I think you're right. At some point, it's going to be like, well,
either you trust somebody or do what Matt said, where you keep them, say, on your phone encrypted.
Yeah.
Where your browser doesn't touch them, and you manually still have to type them in.
Yeah.
So it's not being pushed and pulled.
Because that's where things can get haywire. Surfing the
Internet and all things related. Let's go back to the phones. Who's on the phone? Big Jim in Oregon's on the phone. Big Jim, what's up?
As if you didn't already know that.
how's the internet changed your job, Jim?
Oh, God. Well, which job? I've been working for like 50 years, so I pick one.
Give us an example.
Well, fire control got better when I was in the Navy.
All right.
I mean, they could hit a bucket at 15 miles with a 5-inch round.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy.
Computers changed everything on that.
And you're talking to us over the internet.
I used to play football with fire control computer on the USS Bureau. but the guy programmed it to cheat, so you'd be sitting there at the, turn over in a long bomb and win the game every time.
Was it like, do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game?
Let's play global thermonuclear war.
Yeah, oh God. But it seriously made a big difference because, I work at a reactor facility and I have to do a lot of complex calculations and I would not want to have to do them by hand. They're huge spreadsheets, but they're a lot easier than sitting down doing one little bit at a time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Makes a big difference. Very, very good for the scientific community. A lot of the new nuclear reactor designs, or all of them, are done in a couple of programs that are huge particle things that take up a lot of space and spend a lot of time trying to take a Monte Carlo particle programs, but they are very, very, very complex. If you had to do that by hand, it'll take some of these runs take about a week. You have to run them on a week on a dual quad core Xeon.
Okay, so you're using a local computer to do the work.
Yeah. Supercomputers are kind of out for that kind of thing.
Well, cloud computing is there where you can borrow resources.
Well, yeah, but it's a slow return.
I got it.
It's a slow return. So you get cloud computing is wonderful, like doing a human genome, and we haven't found the extraterrestrials yet, but I've been trying for years. I think Larry used to do that, didn't you, Larry?
I only looked at it. What was that? The SETI? What was that? SETI at home? Yeah.
I ran that.
Andrew, you used to run that.
Yeah, I used to run it.
That's how it started interfering with Call of Duty.
Oh, right, yes. That's what you play at the reactor, right?
In Andrew's case, Sims.
No, I don't play that.
I heard The Sims had a bunch of trouble.
SimCity just came out, this week?
The reviews on Amazon are like,
Brutal?
Bad.
The new SimCity.
No, I mean, there were high hopes for it. This was supposed to reboot the whole idea, and I mean, it was...
I can't log in at all.
Can't log in.
So all the people that bought it, they can't use it.
And they tried to take out a bunch of content and stuff like that to make it usable. Didn't help, and so I mean, it has started just.
Well, that happens to a lot of companies. They get their comeuppance. They better start pulling out some resources, or they're not going to go anywhere with it.
They're supposedly working on it, but it's like
Amazon stopped selling it. EA's taking a huge hit.
they pulled all marketing for it.
How does that happen these days?
Guys, I ask guys that aren't being listened to by marketing. That's what happens. You know that, right?
God.
I can ask you a question, Andrew.
Yeah.
I see a picture on my Facebook page.
Okay.
It says a gift from Intel.
I can't talk about that too much.
I'm trying to figure out. It's a box.
It's a box.
Daryl or D8?
No.
It says, in the small print at the bottom, it says, send this to Jim now.
No, that's weird. I didn't see that part. Huh. Yeah, you wouldn't want it anyway. It's nothing fancy. It's just, next gen stuff that, it's coming out sometime later.
Andrew gets to do stuff with Intel that he can't talk about.
Nice. Yeah, I know, but I can wring it out of you if I get him alone.
That's why I took a picture of the box, not the product.
Under penalty of, make him sign away his life.
4670K, huh?
Yeah, cool.
Let's,
don't guess that's the Kelvin temperature of the processor.
No. Means fancy, unlocked.
Hang on a second, Jim. I think he can keep you live and take a call. Let's do that. Let's go to Stuart in Claremont. Stuart, what's going on?
Hi, how you doing?
What's up?
I
Have you tried emailing them to yourself?
In 2 miles, exit 17 is on the right.
Because that's another way. If you're like, I don't want to hook my phone. If it's just a few, if it's just a couple pictures, you could, through your email it to yourself.
1/10 of a mile, your destination is ahead on the left. Your destination is ahead on the left. You have arrived at your destination. The route guidance is now finished.